Crypto Millennial here. So I'm back with another video. This time I'm doing a different video. I've made an Avalanche NFT tier list. I've just thrown some NFTs down on the bottom there. I've got about 20 plus. Nothing scientific, it's just my views. I hold some of these NFTs and I don't hold some of those NFTs. So take with that whatever you want. Don't be offended if I haven't included your NFT. It's not personal. I've literally just picked some of them and just thought I wanted to throw it together just for a bit of content. So yeah. We're going to go through one by one, going to rank them all, and then after have a look at it and decide whether I want to make any adjustments before I close off the video. So I've seen before when people do these tier lists, they get super caught up on criterias of how they're going to rank things and that sort of stuff. I've got quite a different collection of NFT projects here, so really there's no kind of set criteria of how I'm ranking them. It's just my personal opinions. I'll talk a little bit about them and the art, volume, that sort of stuff, but nothing is set in stone of how I'm going to rank them. It's pretty casually done, but it's just for fun. So, you know, don't take it to heart if I'm putting your NFT in D tier. It doesn't mean it's shit at all. It's just my opinions. All right, so we're going to scroll down a bit so we can see them all in nice clear view. The first one we've got then is AVAX Hotel Business. So I did a YouTube video on this when I originally did. Thought it was, you know, really promising, but obviously I was new to the space and stuff. They had a bit of a rough time really with contracts, lots of like delays. So for me, I'm gonna just stick them in D for now. AVAX Apes then, so an OG profile picture, massive volume for me. I'm gonna put these in S tier. Obviously I own some of these. I also own some of the AVAX hotels. So AVAX Warriors, I don't own any of these. I mean, they look pretty cool. I'm not too sure about them. I see quite a few of those profile pictures now and then, so I think I'll put them in C for now. Small Joes then, obviously fairly new, been out for what, 3 weeks, maybe a bit more than that, 3-4 weeks. I'm leaning towards A or B just because they're new, but they have brought massive eyes to the space, quite unique, obviously a free mint as well. I think for now I'll stick them in B and then see where we go from that. AVAX Wales, from speaking to people, they were around for a bit but didn't really take off, but recently they had a little bit of a pump. Pixel art, but for me they're in D tier. Beans on Acid, so they were a pretty cool concept, kind of started off the free mint summer. I think maybe B or C. I'll put them in C for now. I guess they are kind of a deriv because there was Beans launched on Ethereum, but they're pretty cool, had a strong community. I think C's fair. Burger Picks then is very different to what we've kind of seen so far. This is pure sort of art collection. Like, I really like Burger Picks, so I am biased. I do own one of these currently, but like I'm really drawn to, you know, the dark colours and yeah, I really like the style of the art. So for me, I think they're a B. Chad Doge then, new project again, launched on JPEGs a couple of weeks ago. Volume's been pretty good. Got that memeability, but I think for me, they're C tier. Don't love the art. It's not terrible, but yeah, I think C's fair. Chicken then, I don't own any chicken, but I think they're probably S tier, to be fair. It's not really a great colour for this background, but I think chicken are S tier. They're the highest traded project on Avalanche. I think if you discount Crabada, I guess they warrant red chip. They're not like any of the other GameFis that have collapsed. They've still standing. The floor price is pretty reasonable and they've got a strong community, so I think be lying if we didn't say that they were S tier. Crabada then, I own some of these, so I was participating a lot in the idle game when it was out. Obviously the token's done really badly and GameFi is kind of suffering a lot. Crabada's definitely coming to its end, which is sad to see. I think it's probably a B. It's a big name, had lots of volume in its day. I think that's probably fair for Crabada. Doodleverse then, really unique by TapTap. I don't own any Doodleverse. The floor price is quite high on these, but for me I think probably B is fair. I do hold a few party animals. I think they're pretty cool. They're unique. They're like the apes, profile picture, decent volume. I think it's 62,000, maybe 70k plus traded volume. What I'm having difficulty with is, do I put them in A or do I put them in S? No, if I put them in A, people are going to get triggered, but I think for me, they probably are just A. Next, we've got Esoteros. They're like animated one-of-one art. It's really quite cool. I don't own any of these, but I would like to pick them up. I was trying to get some on the last drop on JPEGs, but I was too slow. They released at like 9 Avalanche. They are very unique. Quite like the art again, so for me, they're B. Virat, I'm not really familiar with these, to be fair. Don't own any. Not a massive fan of the art, but I know that they had reasonable volume in their day. Don't see them getting traded too much. I'm going to stick them in D. Sorry, guys. Hopper. Most of you know this project. I never owned any hoppers. I never participated in the game. Not a massive fan of GameFi anymore. For me, probably stick that in D. Don't really like frog art either, so that's where it's going. Mad Skulls. See, these are pretty cool. They minted recently, maybe a month ago. Quite like them, actually. Pretty cool style. So for me, let's put them in C. Monkeys, I think, is solid. I own a lot of these. I think they're a B or a C. Probably put them in B because I just prefer them over my Mad Skulls. Persons. So this was the first mint on JPEGs. 4,000 collection. And there's some one of ones. I think like others, I was a bit misled with what the persons were actually going to look like. I think a large number of people assumed that they were all going to have writing on. Not a massive fan of the persons, although I do like the taglines of the person that ... That's pretty funny. But yeah, for me, unfortunately, probably D tier. Raptors, they've got a massively strong community. They're always raiding posts and that, but I don't own any, not really loving the art and wanting to rush out to do it, so I'm just going to put them there. Ryu, I do own some of these. Got a good understanding of the project. They are like a staking sort of utility NFT project. I quite like the pixel art. I am drawn to it. I prefer dragons over whales, so for me, they're C. Sharks, own a couple of these. One of the first projects that kind of are covered on this channel. I think I'm going to put them in C. Swarms, so I own these. I talk about them a lot on Twitter because I believe they deserve to be sold out. I think their art's really unique, that like 5k art. I don't know how they're not sold out. For me, they're really solid and I think they deserve to be B pushing A, to be fair. I really like Swarms art. I think it's solid. I'm going to put them there. Obviously, I hold some of these, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but yeah, that's my opinion. And then finally, Tiny Bones, pixel art. Again, they're pretty cool actually. I own a couple of these, I believe. For me, probably in C as well. So that's them all placed for now. I think that's good, to be fair. I'll be tinkering around with it a lot and really it's just me throwing it together. Not really too scientific. So this is my finished Avalanche NFT tier list. Like I said, all for a bit of fun. Don't get triggered if I've put your project right near the bottom. It's just my opinions. This video was created for a bit of fun. If you don't agree with where I've placed some of your projects, then let me know in the comments. It'd be good to hear where you'd put some. Or also maybe share your own tier list for people to see. Hope you enjoyed. Speak to you soon.